Where'd he go? I saw a log made by me, but from 2188. In it, I spoke about a project capable of creating humans on another planet. And according to BJ, this is that planet, and we are those creations. But the log alone doesn't leave me entirely convinced. A small puncture on my cheek. Looks like I got stabbed by a needle. I must have gotten it in the girls' bathroom. But why can't I remember anything about it? Was I captured and had my memories erased? What if they implanted something in me? I'm probably overthinking it. At least for now, I told Miura-kun he should stay at Jiro-kun's house. After all, I'm the one who dragged him into this. I need to take responsibility. I mean, not in a weird way.
Sentinel number 17.
There's something else about Sentinel number 17. There are logs from 2188 hidden inside it. If I can find this Sentinel, then I can find out once and for all if these aliens are real. Turns out, he wasn't an alien. He was actually a futuristic robot made by a Japanese company. The agents continue to lurk around the school. They gotta be searching for something. And I think I know. I'm almost sure of it. They still think BJ is an alien.
Wow. You actually stayed hidden this time.
Hey, so... Hey...
Aliens.
You mentioned something once. That we're the ones who are aliens. That this is a different planet. I find that hard to believe.
Okay. I understand.
BJ, what kind of robot are you anyway?
I am an AI. Only integrated into a Sentinel. There was an incident. I had to transfer myself into this drone.
So when Miura-kun called you a piece of Sentinel technology, he wasn't wrong then.
Sentinel number 17.
The Sentinel you're searching for. There's more than one, isn't there? The video logs from 2188.
Sentinel number 17's memory cell. It contains all of the logs.
Now that I've seen one, I need to know the truth. So I'm gonna be tagging along. At least until I get a good answer. Got it?
Not to know.
Miura.
This is certainly no time to be training. Let's go find it, little guy. If BJ is about to be seen by someone, I'll just hide him in my PE bag. Crisis averted.
Again, Natsuno?
Listen, I'd really appreciate it if...
If I didn't tell Senpai? do you think you're going? Skipping training again?
Well, the thing is, there's something I really gotta do, so...
You first years are such slackers. And now I gotta deal with our track room getting trashed.
Maybe a stray cat got in.
No. Someone broke the lock in the middle of the night.
I wonder, were those men in black looking for BJ?
Here you go with your nonsense again.
We're here.
Activate gate. Sector 3 has been searched. No sentinels found.
2065. Number 8 was there. But we couldn't find number 17. Sector 1. We've searched there already, haven't we? Where could number 17 be?
Let's go to Sector 1.
You want to look there again? What year is it in Sector 1 anyways?
2105.
The 22nd century?
Access code approved. Designating sector.
This is the only room with the lights on. Hey, BJ. You said this place is underground, right? How are things looking up on the surface?
Highly contaminated with toxic levels of radiation. The environment is too inhospitable for us.
Seriously? So we ended up nuking them?
It was the government's last-ditch effort after the city was destroyed.
And we still couldn't beat them?
There were too many of them. This underground facility is the last place of refuge. Nowhere else is safe.
What have you been looking at this whole time?
I'm searching for memories.
Like your own memories?
After I ran a self-diagnosis on this drone, I discovered my memories were fragmented and inconsistent. 72% of them have been deleted. They've been tampered with twice, possibly more.
By who?
Unknown. Though in all likelihood, the memory of the Sentinel's location was deleted then. In this facility is this era's largest quantum computer. If anyone were to store memories here, they would be at least 300 meters out.
What's wrong?
Someone just shifted to the hangar. They're coming this way.
What do we do? Who are they?
They erased every last trace from the system. We must hide, quickly.
Wait for me!
What do you think?
Hard to say. I need more information. This D code is problematic. It attaches to the part of the brain where memories are stored. It must be physically severed to be removed. The damage this procedure does to the brain is lethal.
That program, the one that severs the code, that's what's infecting the Sentinels.
Right. Sentinels. I wasn't aware that control over the automated factories could be partially adjusted. You did well to discover that detail.
It wasn't me. It was Jiro Izumi from 2 loops ago.
2 loops ago.
Have you forgotten? We've restarted twice since the world ended.
I see. The shifting range isn't just limited to residential zones. Sector 0 makes that possible. In any case, we don't have much time. Where did you get all this information from?
From the computer in the underground UFO.
UFO, huh? Is that what you've been calling it these days? Well, can we go there?
Yes, we can. You are the one who made it possible, after all. Have you really forgotten?
In case you couldn't tell, I have a child's brain. The occasional memory lapse is to be expected. Now, let's go.
Wasn't that Chihiro-chan? And Gojo-senpai was with her. You saw that too, right, BJ?
Calm down, Natsuno.
Man, if you didn't stop me, I totally would have jumped out at them. I saw Goto-senpai in the past. I guess he's able to time travel too. She was dressed like a kindergartner. That was Chihiro-chan, right? Miura-kun's little sister? She didn't seem like she was unhappy to be there. And there was something different about her. Goto-senpai was talking to her like she was a scientist. Hey, VJ?
I've located it. It was in the access log's history. My memories really were stored here after all.
Really?
Apparently. I predicted all of this. Somehow. We have a problem.
What is it?
I'm unable to locate the memory data. They're stored in the cache somewhere. But they appear to be hidden.
Isn't this supposed to be some super strong computer? Can't you do a quick search of it or something?
After a preliminary scan of the cache, 9.216 billion data units were found. If I were to trace every unit, I'd need about 80 days. I must have left some kind of hint. Something to identify the data unit.
Identify? What do you mean?
Each unit is a 3-dimensional construct. Their coordinates consist of 2 alphabetical letters, as well as 2 numerical values.
Back when we first met, I just assumed BJ was your name. But maybe...
BJ. That's the name you gave me.
No, I didn't. You're the one who said it.
I have no logs of this exchange.
Wait, let me think. Yeah, it was something like... BJ 11-5...
BJ 11-5.
So, was that it?
Yes, I've located it.
Oh, right! And?
Sentinel number 17. I know its location.
So, where is it?
At an altitude of 500 kilometers.
No way! So, it's up in the sky?
Yes, in an artificial satellite orbiting the planet.
Orbit? Like, in space?
I cannot access it from here. Let's go
Where? To space?
to the place Reniagoto mentioned. The UFO.
Oh?
What do you think you're doing, Goto-kun? I believe I told you using the gate is prohibited.
Tell me, Miss Morimura, is history one of your better subjects? I have some theories myself. I'd like to know if they're accurate. For example, the true location of the lost nation of Yamataikoku, and the truth behind the Hanoji incident, how Oda Nobunaga really died. Unfortunately, my paper in middle school was bound to the failures of our historians. In theory, I could update it into a full report. In theory, at least. A shame that the gates are locked to specific points in time.
What are you really working towards?
It's simple. I want to know the truth.
Are you all right? This isn't like you.
That implies an understanding of what is like me. Or at least, that you believe you understand me.
That's not the point. You need to stop using the gate. I'm going to seal this place off.
Sounds like you've got something to hide.
I don't know what you're...
Wait. Perhaps a personal notebook seems a bit archaic, but it does present certain advantages. Digitized data can be altered, fabricated, falsified. No intelligent person should trust it. But you already know that, don't you?
You are acting strange, after all.
I hardly think you're in a position to talk. If anyone's changed, it's you. I can only wonder why.
What are you?
Miss Morimura, my question is, who exactly are you?
So, did the scout unit have anything for us?
Well, the surface is a total loss. The automated factories are all running at full capacity.
They're mass-producing kaiju.
Hey, getting used to everything?
The technology itself isn't so different from 40 years ago. The real surprise was finding that it's all been integrated into one unified system.
You sure don't seem like someone from your time.
How are things looking?
About like we expected.
Naturally.
All the nuclear plants are stable. Seems like it's the same for other countries, too.
Defensive measures. They want to ensure nothing interrupts production.
So, these factories, are they particularly large?
It's more about how they got totally automated. That was back in 2080. They started functioning as part of a network instead of individual units.
A worldwide network comprising 1.2 billion factories. All fully integrated and synchronized. Based on a client's request, the computer designs a blueprint. From there on, everything is fully automated. A assembly, production, even cost-effective ordering of parts. The human element was no longer necessary for those processes.
So it's a manufactory that can mass produce anything on a global scale.
We checked on the plants in Kolkata and Chennai.
Since they're the largest plants of this era and all.
Their production rate has doubled over the last 3 days.
Just like last time. The timing matches up too.
Not long now. They'll make their move soon.
They all function as part of a unified global manufacturing network. By its protocols, all 1.2 billion factories worldwide remain in automatic, perpetual production. And their sole output are these mechanized kaiju, which we know as the D-Forces. Morimura-san, regarding my home time, that is, the year 2064, you're certain we'll face a similar attack?
We don't have long until they appear in 2064. That much we know. It'll be just like last time.
No, not quite. This time, we have the Sentinels.
True. Anything on your end?
Loosely speaking.
We managed a partial data dump from the underground mainframe. Goto-kun?
It's an archived news report concerning a certain scandal. More important, though, is its date of recording.
When's the data from?
The year 2188. In other words, far in the future. Even more so than our current temporal position, 2104.
Let's see it.
Before dawn on the 20th, 8 Newman Inc. executives were taken into police custody, charged with human trafficking and illegal cloning. Their established motive was to tamper with human memories. Authorities consider this an organized effort and are pursuing further charges. Mind-hacking crimes have been on the rise in recent years. By exploiting nanomachines such as interlocutors, malefactors can overwrite stored memory information in cerebral synapses. This technique has recently been used to enable other associated offenses. These arrests come after a string of similar cases, including culprits criminally downloading memories onto another body. Evidence suggests these are attempts at a kind of technological reincarnation. And we've already seen more than 460 arrests connected to this practice.
A log concerning the scandal involving Newman Inc. The report is dated 2188. Some of their executives were taken into police custody. The crime in question was apparently attempting to use nanotechnology to, in theory, take over physical bodies.
I didn't know it was even possible to download memories.
The crime apparently occurred in June of 2188.
Ida-kun.
That's not all. Let him finish.
Regarding this Newman, I found one more log that could be relevant. This report is from March, about 3 months prior to the other log.
Newman Inc., the tech giant known for interlocutors, has been acquired by Shikishima through a takeover bid. Shikishima's CEO had this to say.
Nanotechnology has made leaps and bounds over the 22nd century. Now, even the human body can operate with all the power of a supercomputer. Interlocutors have paved the way for humanity's next step in evolution. For any one of us, all it takes is a thought. And we can have the world itself at our fingertips. With the brilliant minds at Newman driving our nanotech business, We look forward to a brighter future for Shikishima and all our affiliates.
With this acquisition, Shikishima now sits among the top 3 in global market share of interlocutors.
3 months prior to the Newman Inc. incident, Newman was acquired by the conglomerate Shikishima. With these interlocutors, apparently some kind of nanomachine information technology, they've become one of the world's top megacorps.
They kept talking about those interlocutors. You think that's the nanomachines inside our own bodies?
Most likely.
So Shikishima's at the heart of this, too. At least we know we weren't wrong. This all began in the future after all. Still, 2188. 2104 is the furthest we can shift into the future. It's a shame, but I don't think we can verify this ourselves. I think we should drop this lead for now. Better to focus on protecting Goto-kun's hometown instead.
Maybe so. We're almost out of time, so we'll need to move quickly. Best to return to the school in the year 2064. We'll need the cooperation of the other 2 compatibles.
Goto-kun, we should focus on putting the Sentinels through the combat sims. I hope you can join me.
Sure. My apologies, Miss Morimura. Making arrangements in 1985 proved somewhat difficult. I'm sorry we've had to remain here the past few days.
Not much we can do if it's an emergency. I have to ask. Was it absolutely necessary to dress me up like this?
Does it bother you? Considering the age you appear, well, it struck me as the most inconspicuous choice. You're not having trouble walking, are you, Miss Morimura?
You should probably just call me Chihiro. Otherwise we'll seem suspicious in public.
Okay, Chihiro. San.
Better drop the san, too. Honestly, I'm surprised you were able to find me at all.
A certain data log helped. I found records that your mind had been transferred into the young child standing before me.
This body is a juvenile clone of me. I ran an experiment to see if I could restore my compatibility. It turned out to be a failure. That's why I sealed my memories.
This compatibility, that'd be the ability to control the gate and the Sentinels?
You need compatibility to control the mainframe. I was once compatible myself. But after everything got rewound, I lost that power. Maybe it's hard for you to see how crucial that ability is. But you'll understand soon enough. What's going on with my actual body?
She's acting like a completely different person. My theory is that someone's taken control of her.
You're saying she got mind-hacked?
She's clearly behaving very differently, at least. It seems like she's working against the Sentinel Project. It's like she's been influenced by 426. Or the man himself may just be wearing her face.
That certainly explains why you woke me up. Not much to go on, though. Either way, we'll have to do some more investigation. I can see it's been quite a while since my memories were sealed. 5 whole years. And now 4 sectors have gone dark. Talk about a rude awakening. First, you'd better catch me up on major developments in the last 5 years.
Easy enough. Hardly comfortable surroundings for a briefing, though. I'll explain over in 1985. That should do it for preparations. Now, Let's see if the biometric authentication works. This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's mainframe. Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies. Did it go through? Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Morimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs. Found it. One of the logs she left behind.
Today's date is March 2nd, 2100. Well, I guess there's no point in putting a date to these logs. I've probably got 4 years left until the invasion begins. I ran an experiment on my clone. I wanted to see if I could make her more compatible. I had more than enough data stored in Sector 0. She would have had all my memories. However, I could not establish compatibility in the clone. No more than I could in myself. Maybe there really is no way we can survive this. Not even Ida-kun knows about this experiment. I've kept this attempt secret from everyone. The memories I implanted in the clone have been sealed. I left her in 1940 under the Miura family's care. She'll be able to grow up as her own person. Someone separate from me. Until they invade, at least. Today's date is March 2nd, 2100. Well, I guess there's no point in putting a date to these logs. I've probably got 4 years left until the invasion she would have had all, however, no more, maybe. Not even eat. I've kept the memories. I left her. She'll be able to until they invade.
That methodology sounds familiar. Was she basing this project off of those memory overriding crime reports? All in an effort to achieve compatibility? So compatibility isn't just a matter of differences in the nanomachines. There's more. This file looks like the last thing recorded.
Ida-kun didn't make it back either. The remaining Sentinels are infected. No good to us. We're running out of options. We'll have to resort to Operation Aegis. If we go that route, we'll be risking the future of humanity itself. How do I make the call on a decision like that? I don't know how else he and I can survive this. This is my only chance.
Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Morimura has been pushing this operation as one of its fiercest supporters. The final log that Chihiro Morimura left on the UFO. She speaks at length on Operation Aegis. Her goal is that he and she would ultimately survive, even at the cost of humanity's future. The question is, who is he? That's puzzling. There's a log registered under my name. As far as I know, I've never recorded anything like this.
Renya Goto speaking. Did you confirm receipt of payment? Then I'm sure you can see to the details. Am I clear? I want her dead. Any means necessary. Execute her. And stop the project. That's not my problem. It's in your hands now. Do you realize what'll happen if her project gets approved? It could ruin everything we've worked for. You know what must be done. Kill Chihiro Morimura.
Was that really me? That man was a Shikishima executive from the year 2188. Is that supposed to be my future? Seems like a private communications log. The other person on the line wasn't recorded. But it's clear enough what they're talking about. That was an assassination order on Chihiro Morimura. Which I seem to have called in.
Yes. No matter where I am, at least the sunset is always the same. I met Natsuno-san over at the shrine. She ended up dodging my question. What was she doing there? She attends the same school as Jiro-kun. At least that's what he told me. Despite a catastrophic loss, Japan recovered quite well. It seems to have entered a prosperous new era. Almost too prosperous. Before the war, my uncle gave me a sci-fi novel. A story about traveling through time to the future. It only ever felt like a far-off fantasy. To think it ever become a reality. Why were just the Sentinel and I brought here? That thing is beyond me. I'm no expert. But I know it's capable of some extraordinary feats. Time travel, though. Could the Sentinel possess an ability like that? Our mother's terrible at sewing, but she made this for Chihiro. I'd never seen her struggle with anything so hard, but she did it. It's pieced together with scraps of cloth. Not the best quality. Even still, Chihiro took it with her wherever she went. I checked the library for any records of such a weapon. But in all of history, nothing like it has ever existed. Not in the US, not anywhere. What was that thing? The kid that lived next door to us was killed in an air raid. Children in this era don't have to worry about that. Nothing's changed today either. I need to figure out how to take back the Sentinel. Then I can find a way to return to 1945. Though, I can't seem to reactivate it. I've tried countless times, too. I hope I didn't break it. If there's a mechanical issue, I'd love to take a look at it. But security around the building's been tight lately. Now I can't get too close. I can't just sit here. Actually, that factory at the mountain pass may have survived the air raid. It might still be standing in this era. Ayame Park. This is where the factory used to be. Natsuno-san. Get it together, Keitaro. She certainly is quite... Yes. I admit, she's bright, cheerful, attractive. But right now, I have more urgent matters to tend to. Chihiro? Is it really you?
What business do you have with my little sister?
Who are you?
I'm that child's older brother. Is there something you need from her?
No. She just looks like a relative of mine.
Let's get going.
Chihiro. If she's still alive, she'd be over 40 by now. If she's... We don't have a family burial plot where I'd find her. I have no idea what's happened to her. She's either alive somewhere in this world, or... Chihiro, I'm going to find my way back to you. I saw when the war supposedly ends in that history book. August of 1945. If that's true, then Japan loses the war in just 3 months. In any case, I should go talk to Natsuno-san. She must know something. Sakura High School. It looks nothing like the school I attended. If she's... We don't have a family burial plot where I'd find her. I have no idea what's happened to her. She's either alive somewhere in this world, or... It's still here. It's been renovated, but I do recognize this building. If this is the school building, then over there's where the potato field used to be. Looks like that plot of land got bigger. I wonder if there's a way in. There's no one here. Do they not use this building? This building was brand new. Now the floorboards creak. The pillars are all scratched up. It really has been 40 years. This is where I waited for Takatoshi-san, and where Tamao-san came to see me off. How strange. It almost feels like it was all just a distant dream. All right, enough. This isn't the time to be getting sentimental.
Oh, Miura-kun.
Megumi-san, thank you again for the bento you gave me. I found a nice spot to eat it by the Kaide River. A bento with meatballs. Quite luxurious. I was very impressed.
Oh, they were just regular old meatballs. Nothing special, but I'm glad you liked it. What are you doing out here? Are you looking for someone?
I'm trying to find Natsuno-san. Would you happen to know where she is?
Minami-san? She should be in the track room. The athletic building's over that way. Want me to go check?
No, that's okay.
Oh yeah, so for dinner tonight, I think I'll make Hamburg steak. You seem to really like it.
You mean that giant ball of meat?
Hamburger meat, yeah. It's Jiro's favorite. So try not to come home too late.
Those meatballs they call hamburger. I've never had anything so delicious. Enough. This is no time to be distracted by food. Natsuno-san's over there. Everyone's staring at me. I'm glad I found Natsuno-san. But I don't like all this attention.
Hey, you! You've been standing there an awfully long time. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Natsuno Minami.
Minami? How do you know her?
And how old are you?
Looks like a middle school uniform to me.
No,
Seriously? You guys have to be so nosy?
Natsuno-san.
Come on, let's go.
So, Minami's got a boyfriend, huh?
Sorry I took a while getting changed.
It's fine. I said I'd wait. So, whenever you exercise, you all change into outfits that show your legs? That's fascinating.
Anyway, you kinda showed up at school out of nowhere. Everything okay?
Natsuno-san. I met you before. Back in 1945. And now, here you are.
Huh?
You must know something about all this. About how I ended up in this era. Please, tell me what you know.
That's, Jeez, how do I put this? Look, I can't really talk about it here.
We could go to the building I used back in my time. It seemed to be empty.
The old school building. We can go in there?
Yes, it was open.
All right, then we'll talk about it there. Let's go. I always thought this place would be locked up. We should be good here. Miura-kun, can you keep a secret?
Of course.
Okay. Then I'll tell you. Don't freak out, okay? This is BJ. He's an alien from the future. BJ's looking for the robot he used to get here. And I'm helping him find it.
A robot?
Does the word Sentinel ring a bell? That Sentinel from back in 1945 belongs to BJ's alien friend. There are a few of them, too.
How does she know about the Sentinel? And did she say it was made by aliens? It's a top-secret military weapon created by Japan.
I don't need to tell you this, but those babies are capable of time travel.
This BJ. I have some questions about it. I've heard Shikishima engineers talk about something like this. Isn't this actually a type of scout unit?
Shikishima? They don't dabble in alien technology. All they do is make weapons, and BJ is no weapon.
But...
Keitaro. Miura.
If he's just a scout unit, explain how he can talk. Don't be a jerk, Miura-kun. BJ isn't some kind of robot. This is just a spacesuit. Aliens come in all shapes and sizes. My guess is, the only thing inside that suit is BJ's brain.
Why are you searching for the Sentinel? What's your objective?
To uncover the truth.
The truth?
You wish to know where you came from. Do you not?
What are you talking about? I came from 1945.
Incorrect. Your log proves otherwise.
My log?
Yeah, show us.
This log. If you really have it, I'd like to see it.
Professor, I have switched over to a private channel. Professor Takamiya, can you hear me?
Is that...
Miura-kun?
Professor Takamiya.
I'm connected now. Thanks, Miura-kun.
What the heck? Yuki-chan?
Everything goes smoothly with the shuttle?
I was able to secure a seat thanks to you. It'll probably be the last shuttle. This place will be lost by tomorrow, too.
Has the front line advanced that much already?
Afraid so. If anything, they're picking up speed. Did Natsuno get out safely?
She arrived in Sector 4 about 5 hours ago.
Ah, so she's there with you. You know, you two. I never approved of your relationship.
What? Mom!
There's my girl. You know I'm only kidding. I didn't think you wanted to talk to me anymore.
Of course I do.
I'm sorry about all the trouble with your father. He and I haven't been on good terms since we split up.
It's okay, Mom. I want to be with you.
I know. Me too, Natchan.
Yuki-chan's my mom?
I'm sorry, Professor Takamiya. The shuttle's about to take off.
All right. I'll see you at Sector 3 in 14 hours.
We'll be waiting for you at Landing Zone 10.
Looking forward to it.
The destruction is spreading. It's only a matter of time until the surface is lost.
What the heck was all that?
I don't care who's responsible for creating the Sentinel. I need it to save my country. But what do I do? The circuit should have repaired itself by now. But I can't seem to reactivate it.
That was just a segment of the log I've retained.
I have to know. When was that log recorded?
In the year 2188.
That doesn't make sense. How's this even possible? Yuki-chan's my mom in the future?